Tonight's top stories: investigators converge on Ashley Furniture stores in Chico and Redding with search warrants in hand. This after dozens of customers complained they hadn't received their furniture nor their money back after months of waiting. Investigators are looking for any evidence that could lead to criminal charges against the store's franchise owner, Robert Meyer. Meyer has since resigned from his position. Butte County District Attorney Mike Ramsey authorized the search warrants, working alongside Butte County investigators and Chico police.
We have taken a number of phone calls from potential victims. We are recording their information and looking into their allegations. So at this early point in the investigation, we haven't been able to establish exactly what's taken place, but we are in the process of speaking to quite a large number of people.
District Attorney Ramsey plans to file felony grand theft charges if he determines there was an intent to steal.
Bigger fines will now be seen in Butte County for those who commit domestic violence. The Butte County Board of Supervisors voted today to raise fines for offenders by $250. The extra money will go to the District Attorney's office to use with its domestic violence counseling.
The Turtle Bay Exploration Park is forced to cancel this year's Arts and Crafts Festival in Redding's Caldwell Park. After Turtle Bay lost its city funding, the organization has had to make difficult cuts from employee layoffs to furloughs and reduced park hours. The 45-year annual fair is only temporarily suspended. Turtle Bay hopes to bring it back next year, but this year the Duck Derby will go on as planned Sunday, September 26th.
9 Chico State teachers are facing possible layoffs.
As Action News reporter Brian Callahan shows us, union officials are taking aim at the chancellor's decision to give several executives raises as layoff notices were sent out.
You know, my message today is that they can no longer balance their budget by cutting funds for instruction and for teachers. What they've done is they've always cut the meat. They don't cut the fat.
Curtis Peldo is one of 9 Chico State lecturers who received layoff notices earlier this month. Today, he took his fight to the California State University Board of Trustees, criticizing big raises given to 3 CSU executives.
And it just seems that that's unconscionable, to give 5-figure raises to people when you're giving layoff notices to lecturers is deplorable.
The California Faculty Association says money being spent on salary increases could be better spent on the system's 23 campuses.
There are people who are getting really sizable raises because they increase their job responsibilities. Everybody under furloughs and everybody, as the budget cuts have gone through and the loss of 100+ people has come through, have taken on additional responsibilities. Nobody here got a raise.
Green recognizes Chico State officials sent out the notices because the state budget has not been finalized and is still hopeful the school will find a way to save the jobs.
We're certainly hoping that the use of additional federal stimulus money that's coming to the campus and money that the legislature and the governor actually agree upon coming to the CSU will actually materialize, because we believe that this will lessen, if not eliminate, the need to eventually lay these people off in the fall.
Chico State officials say they are already using the stimulus money to save jobs on campus. Union officials aren't so sure and are requesting documentation to find out where the money was spent. They are also hoping these 9 positions will be the end of cuts for the upcoming school year.
Well, some people can be untechnically laid off the day before classes begin. They'll just be notified that there's no work for them, and that's it.
In Chico, Brian Callahan, Action News.
Chico State officials say some of the 9 teachers who received layoff notices will likely still teach on campus. They will just have to have their class loads cut, which is still considered a layoff under their contract with the Faculty Association.
A family-owned restaurant in Yuba City that's been in business for more than 60 years has burned down. Around 1:30 yesterday morning, firefighters arrived at the Steaks and Peppers restaurant and found the inside of the building in flames. Owner Richard Loswell says the restaurant was more than just a business to him.
A lot of memories. There's always something there, and like I said, we cousins, nieces, we all were raised there, and there's just a lot of memories and good times. So yeah, it was like a second home, and it was almost like this is Grandma's house to me.
About 7 employees worked at the restaurant. Damage is estimated at $300,000. The 21 Club, a bar next to the building, suffered $80,000 damage. Fire officials think the cause of the fire is electrical, but they are still investigating.
Police are searching for a man who robbed a Chico bank this morning. It happened just after 10 at the Wells Fargo Bank on East Avenue. The man handed one of the tellers a note demanding money and suggested he had a weapon. The teller gave him the money and he escaped on a mountain bike heading east on East Avenue. Avenue. Police released this surveillance image. The suspect is a white man between 40 and 49 years old, 6 feet 4 inches tall. Witnesses say he seemed to be wearing a wig and a fake beard. He also had on a blue jacket, blue pants, a dark bicycle helmet, and sunglasses. Anyone with information about the crime or who may have seen the suspect is asked to call Chico Police at 897-5820.
An Action News update now. Authorities have identified the man killed in a car crash in Tehama County on Friday. 85-year-old Robert Nowak of Corning was thrown from his pickup after losing control on Rancho Tehama Road and crashing through a wooden fence. Nowak was not wearing his seatbelt. He was pronounced dead at the scene.
Trinity County is getting some extra funding to help take care of pets during emergencies. The Office of Emergency Services got $10,500 in grants. That money will go towards planning, equipment, and supplies to support animal care during evacuations like those that were necessary during the lightning fires 2 summers ago. The grants are limited to services for cats and dogs, but Trinity County officials say they also have plans in place to provide for other domestic animals.
We've received calls from viewers about organic certification since we ran a story addressing proposed rules that would increase monitoring of organic farms. Certified organic farms must be inspected once a year by an independent organization to make sure they are keeping up with the latest regulations. While local farmers admit the state could do more to monitor small organic farms, they say the most important step is to educate shoppers.
So farmers markets are the best place to get your best produce, no question about it. And if consumers would just ask the right questions, then people would start to learn, what is certified organic and what's not.
Hawthorne says there are 3 questions you should ask to make sure you are getting the best organic produce possible. Are you certified organic? How do you fertilize? And do you use pesticides?